Okay, welcome to the IFA COVID-19 combat conditioning workout for this week. And we're gonna do a workout which I love doing. It's a return to my roots, really. Going back like 20 years before I bought my first kettlebells, I did a lot of exercises with a plate, an Olympic plate. This is a 35, sometimes I use a 45, but I like the fact that you have to grab the rim of it and it really works your grip. And you can do kettlebell exercises with a plate and get the same benefit. So we're gonna start off right away. You widen your stance and pass it around your body. It's good to go out in the grass or something, just in case you drop it. If you do happen to drop the weight, jump. All right, jump as the weight drops so that it won't land on your toe, and then you're fine. So that's a quick tip also for safety, is go ahead and, if you happen to drop the weight, which it doesn't usually happen, but if it does, just drop it. So do each of these exercises for 30 seconds, and then give yourself 30 seconds rest. So I go around my body one direction. These are the warm-ups. And then I go 30 seconds around my body in the other direction. And you feel it right away, how it challenges your grip. And this ability to curl your fingers and grab. It's so important what we do, whether in the jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, the Filipino Kali, holding onto your weapon, disarming other people's weapons. It's very much about grip. So we go the other direction. And you want to do this one for 30 seconds as well. The further away from your body you go, the more work it is. And what you want to do is fight the centrifugal force of the weight around your body. Fight it with your core. So try to stay nice and stable. Now, I'm going to widen my stance further. I'm going to bend my knee one at a time. Keep my back pretty straight. I'm going to pass it through to a figure 8. Going right between my legs and through the front. You want to do this one for 30 seconds. And you can pause the video and go do it. You could even do use something else heavy in the household. You can have a jug of water, a gallon jug, or bigger. Maybe a heavy book. Once you've done that, you go the other direction. This is sort of waking up your shoulders, waking up your knees, your hips, your back, your grip for sure. So you're passing it around. Teaches you also to be very deliberate with your grip. Now once you've done that, we're going to do bootstrappers. This is to get your legs going some more. So I'm going to grab the weight like this, and I'm going to put my knuckles on the floor, my knees inside my elbows, and I'm going to go up and down, straightening my legs while keeping my knuckles on the floor. Do that for 30 seconds. Then, the sort of a close cousin of that exercise is the toe touch squat. And I like this one a lot too. Same grip. Now my feet are pointed slightly outward. They're a little more than shoulder width apart. And I'm going to squat, knuckles on the floor. I'm going to raise the weight up to my chest, back knuckles down to the floor, and then raise my hips. And continue doing this. This is a great stretch, and it's surprisingly taxing on your legs. Your quads will start to burn just as you approach 30 seconds or so. One thing I like to do with the warm exercise is eventually go to 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. Now, we take the plate and we're gonna do overhead side bends. So I grab it, hold it over my head, and now, while holding it, I just lean side to side. And you can feel the core doing all that work to hold my spine and hips in place. I don't want my hips to move. I like my hips to stay still while I lean left and right. And do that for 30 seconds. Then, after I let my shoulders rest a little bit, I go back up again and I go hip circles. You just keep going in a circle. And then reverse direction. Again, this really wakes up your lower back, your shoulders, even your middle back. You feel you do a lot of work to hold everything in place while those hips move in a circle. Okay, so now we take our weight and we can do, again, a modified kettlebell exercise using the plate, which is a swing. So a plate swing, I can do two-handed, I can do one hand at a time, I can even let go in midair and catch it, or I can modify my grip and do a swing while holding it like this. It's a little different feel. Then I can combine it. I take the swing up overhead and I squat. Swing and squat. Do each of these 30 seconds. You're gonna find you can take a lot of exercises and combine them. Okay, so next we take the plate and we can do weighted lunges. Just like you would with a kettlebell, just gonna hold the weight out in front of you. So hold it out here, lunge. You can also do what we call a Bulgarian squat, which is holding it again in front of you. It's a forward lunge, right foot, step back, right foot, then step forward, left foot, and back left foot. That's one full rep. And you keep going. Three rounds, 30 seconds each round. Even 3 to 5 rounds is good. So if you get 5 rounds of this in, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest, you're doing real well. Okay, now we're getting into, oh, by the way, one other thing you can do with the weighted lunge is you can add a twist. So I can be here like this, and I can step right foot, twist to the right, twist left, twist right. That's another nice variation. Now moving on to some more compound exercises. This one I love. I do this in some form every week, usually several times a week. And it's the rock up squat or rock up jump squat. And word to the wise, people often start off thinking they need to use a lighter weight. The heavier weight is actually better because it offsets your weight when it stands you up. If you don't have enough weight that you can throw forward, it's harder to get up on your feet. So I like a 35 or a 45 pound weight for that. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm down here with my knees bent. I'm going to lie down and bring the weight past my head, near the floor. And then I throw the weight forward, and then I jump up to my feet. And then I squat again, down, back, up, and jump. Rock up jump squat. 30 seconds per round, 3 to 5 rounds. I should also add that those rock up jump squats, they work all the muscle groups involved in getting up, getting down, up and down, which is very useful for jiu-jitsu and wrestling. There's also a fair amount of abdominal work in there. There's a crunch. There's a lot of things going on there that are really beneficial to any martial artist, any combat athlete. Okay, so our next exercise, we're going to work some upper body now. And this is going to be a row, but I don't want you just to do an isolated row. Your legs, your hips, your back, your abs, everything is working to hold you in the position to do the exercise. So when I'm here, I put my left foot forward, bend that knee, and put my forearm on my thigh just above my knee. And I grab the weight here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this weight up to my hip in an arc. Try to keep my back pretty straight, which is to say I'll bend forward, but I'm not going to hump my back like this. I'm going to be like this. And you bring it up in an arc, squeezing your shoulder blades together, squeezing those rhomboids. But you see I'm contracting my legs, stabilizing legs, hips, and everything. So I'm doing a lot more work than just the row. And so I do this side, 30 seconds, and then don't rest. Go right to the other side, because that side has been resting anyway. And then you do your 30 seconds with this arm. Again, being conscious of stabilizing, tightening up legs, hips, and back while you do the row. And again, you're not rowing this way, you're bringing it up to your hip in an arc. It's a very good exercise. So 3 rounds, 30 seconds per round. It's a good place to start. And then build up to, say, 5 rounds. Once you can do 5 rounds at 30 seconds, work, 30 seconds rest, then bump it up to 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. And what happens there is your strength training starts to have a significant cardio element to it. You'll be out of breath, your heart rate will be through the roof because you're simply not giving yourself a lot of rest. You know, one of these people at the gym that, you know, does a set of bench press and then walks around for 5 minutes. Now you barely get any rest, you go again. Okay, now once again, an exercise that's doing multiple things. It's a half squat curl. So I'm going to hold the weight as before, but I'm going to get into a squat like I'm sitting on a bench. So stick my butt out. The weight is over my heels. My back is straight. From this position, I want to do slow, steady curls. Your legs will get tired. You're contracting your abs at the same time, and you're doing the curl. You can do this with a kitchen chair as well. It's a great exercise. You really feel it all over. Another variation you can do of the row is to put your middle and ring finger through the hole of the weight. You can hold it this way and also do your row. This gives you more control of the weight. It's a different feeling. I do it this way sometimes. Other times I'll hold it this way. They're both good. So, middle and ring finger through the hole of the weight. Deep stance, resting your weight on the thigh, bringing it up in an arc up to your hip. And like I said, one of the side benefits is that while you are ostensibly working your lats and your rear deltoids, some bicep, you're also working your core, your legs, your grip the whole time. I always maintain that people do a lot of strength training, they tend to have a strong grip without even intentionally working on it. Because you got to grab those weights, you got to actually hold on to them to lift them. And that's one of the reasons why I've never used, weightlifting gloves for better grip, better traction. Never used powder on my hands or straps. If I can't hold on to it, what business do I have lifting it? Okay, now here we're going to take an exercise you're all familiar with, and we're going to add an element to it. We take the plate, and what you want to do is you're going to bring it up over your head and set it on your back. All right, put it right below your neck. And you're going to balance it on your upper back, like so. Now, I'm going to do a push-up. And you have to be conscious of balancing the weight as you do the push-up. So it's as much about control as it is about strength. Okay, just down and up. And when you're ready to let the weight off, you can come back to your knees and grab the weight, or you can just go to the down position and just lean gently to one side until the weight just slides off. And there you have it. What I'll usually do is I'll do 10 reps per set. And you give yourself half a minute rest and do it again. Half a minute rest, do it again. By 3 to 5 sets, you'll be crying for mama. Okay, so now I'm going to take this 50-pound slam ball, and you may not have a slam ball at home, but that's fine. You could do what I used to do before they even made slam balls. This is going way back to when I was like a teenager, 19 years old, 20 years old. I used to go to my uncle's house he had a cabin up in the Adirondacks. And I used to do what I call wilderness training. I'd do running in through the woods, run uphill, climb a tree and do pull-ups off a branch. And I would find a stone and I would run uphill and throw it uphill, and I'd run, throw it, and then I'd get to a flat area and I would slam the stone down, do a burpee, pick the stone up, slam it down. Because you're out there in the woods, you're not going to hurt anything by slamming it down. So the reason we have slam balls is because we do it in a controlled environment. We don't want to damage anything. And you don't want the ball to bounce away, so this thing just kind of hits like a thud. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the ball, raise it overhead, slam it, burpee, jump, grab it, raise it overhead, slam it, burpee, jump, and continue. You can add the push-up if you want to make it harder. Down, push-up, jump, slam. Good feeling. Nice way to get out that aggression if you're feeling cooped up. Okay. So there you have it. That's our IFA COVID-19 workout for today. Remember, you don't need fancy equipment. You just need a little bit of space, something you can grab to move around. And this is the kind of workout you do week after week. Don't just do it once. Do it a second time, a third time in a week, and you will see results. It's just amazing. These exercises are so good. A lot of good compound work there. And like I said, you minimize the rest you're getting, where actually your heart rate gets up and you're getting a lot of cardiovascular benefit while you're also working strength and balance and coordination for that matter. You're doing quite a bit all at the same time. Very useful, very functional strength. Stay strong, stay healthy. See you next time.